My bottoms of ulcer if ever their bells. Dublin. Arise, land under wave. Clap your ling with your palate. Drop your jowl with a jolt. Tambourine until your breath slides. Hit a pout and it's out. Have you got me, Ally Sloper? My top, it was broad Achilles low. My middle I ope before you. My bottoms of ulcer if ever their belts, and my whole, the flower that stars the day, and is solly well worth your pilger's part. Where there's a hitch ahead of things, let anchors halt to hang the halunkenend. For I see through your weapon, that cry is not cucullus, and his eyelids are painted. If my tutor here is cut out for an old boar, I'm flow shy of feats, you know. But when he beetles backwards, ain't I fly? Pull the bow pea to see how we sleep. Beepy, beepet. Would you like that lump of a tongue for luncheon, or this turkey's delighter, this hyphen mint? My belly swains the 12th whole Russ power, though he knows as much how to man a wife as Dunkel Dalton of matching wolves. Shake hands through the thicket lock. Sweet swan water, my other is mouth filled. This kissing wall's full of killing fellows kneeling buoyantly to the cope of heaven, and somebody is coming, I feel, for effect. I've a secret to sell thee, if old Deans won't be free spanning. When you'll next have the mind to retire to be wicked, this is as dainty a way as any. Underwood spells Bushman's business. So if you spring poplar, you're bound to twig this. 'Twas my lord of Glendalough benedicts the gate for me that time at long entry, commanding the approaches to my intimest innermost. Look how they're brother. 613s at Blanche to Blanche's, the 3 behind street at 2 turn again lane. How a beg is my call that? Magnus here's my max, Wonder One's my cipher, and 7 sisters is my nigh brood. Raduga rab, will you not pick them in their pink panties? You can colour up till you're prawn while I go squirt with any cockle, when here who adults me in fox's sleep. But if this could see with its backside, he'd be the grand old green-eyed lobster. He's my first view mark since Valentine. Winks the winning word. Luck. In the house of breathings lies that word, all fairness. The walls are of rubinum, and glitter gates of elfinbone. The roof hereof is of narcissus jasper, and a canopy of Tyrian awning rises and still descends to it. A great cluster of lights hangs there beneath, and all the house is filled with the breathings of her fairness. The fairness of fondants, and the fairness of milk and rhubarb, and the fairness of roasted meats, and Junio Margarets, and the fairness of promise with consonantia and vowels. There lies her word, you reader. The height hereof exalts it, and the lowness her down abaseth it. It vibro-verberates upon the tegmen, and prosplodes from pomoeria. A window, a hedge, a prong, a hand, an eye, a sign, a head, and keep your other auger on her pay. And you have it, old Sem, pat as ad is seated. And Sonny McGander, he's coming to lander, the boy which she now adores. She doors, oh, backed from them sook, make way for their tug. With ring ding dong, they raise clasped hands and advance more steps to retire to the sound. Curtsy 1, curtsy 2, with arms akimbo, devotees. Irrelevance. All sing. I rose up one Maypole morning and saw in my glass how nobody loved me but you. Ugh, ugh. All point in the shem direction as if to shun. My name is Misha, but call me Toffy Tough. I mean Mettenjoff. It was her, boy, the boy that was loft in the larch. Og. Her reverence. All laugh. They pretend to help while they simply shouted at him so as to make him scritch. And it is not cricket, Sally Lums, not by ever such a lot. 29s of bloomers, gigging een man arose. Avis was there and trilled her about it. She's her sex for certain. So, to celebrate the occasion, willest thou Rossi Banders heaven? He simules to be tight in ribbings round his rump corp. Are you swart Hans that's hit on a shorn style? He makes semblant to be swiping their chimneys. Can you a Jew for Shirem? He finges to be cutting up with a pair of scissors, and to be bitings of their maidens and spitting their heads into their face pails. Spick, spock, spoken. So now be hushy, little pookers. Side your wooish, teeny fottlers. Grandy Shelley's all stay city. Adulterers rest as before, for you've jolly welly dawdled all the day. When you coiffed on Uncle's hat, then it'll be largely tense for that. Yet's the time for being now. For a burning wood is come to dance in ain. Glamours hath moidered sleep, and herefore colours must sleep no more. Lack breath must sleep no more. Lel lolls for libel man, nibbling his lore. Lo, lieber man, you loved to be leaving lib news. Lift your right to your lieber lord, link your left your lass of liberty. La, deeper man, your left's but a loop de lee. A fork of hazel or the field in box of vervain virgin gold. If you cross this road as you roam to the rand, I'm blessed but you feel him of lasting blood. Behind me, freeze from evil smells, perdition stinks before us. Agatha Rhett, they flurley to Nebno's will and Rosa Cale. Twice is he gone to quest of her, thrice is she now to him. So see we so as see we so. And their prompt queen tilt her kirtles up and set out, and her troop came heeling up. And what do you think that pride was dressed in? Rulikin's diamondina's vested, forever they sent where'er she went, while all the fawn's flares widens wild to see a floral school. Led by Dignifer, in 4 hops of the happiest, Ack, Bet, Ack, Duff, a marrow of the sword in Corony, the few fly the far between. We hoard many money on that piebald nig, will any double dabble on the bay? Nor far jugulars? Nick for J, attilad, attilad. Get off, Goth, scourge on you. There's a visitation in your impluvium, hun. He stands there's mun in his natural, obvious, ought amnesically of his very proprium. Such is but leaden, so did son crake, the wont to be wanton maid, a will to be wise. Thrust from the light, apple photo rejected, he spurs loves from her heats. He blinked, what's wrath the higher, where those weak charity. For all of these have been this worlders, time liquescing into state, pitiless age grows angelhood. Though, as he stays, most anything may befall him, from a song of a witch to the totter of black horse, driven a famished devil, a young sorceress, and, eternal conjunction, the permission of overalls with the cooperation of nightshade. If he spice east, he seethes in sooth, and if he pierce north, he wilts in the waste. And what wonder with the mercury vice hide in the shade? The specks on his lap span are his foul deed thoughts, wish marks of mad imagination. Take they off, make thee off, but funny legs are leanly, a bim bam bum. They vain would convert thee to be hers in the word. Gush, they wooed, gash, their fair right cherry. As for she could shake him, and oaf no more. Still he'd be good tutor too in his big arms chair learning stool, and she'd be waxen in his hands, turning up and fingering over the most tantalizing peaches in the langerous book of the dark. Look at this passage about Galileotto. I know it is difficult, but when you're gauche, I go dead. Turn now to this patch upon Machiavelluti. Sut allure he's sure to spot it. 'Twas ever so in monitorology, since Headmaster Adam became Eva Hart's toucher, in omnibus moribus et temporibus, with man's mischief in his mind, whilst her pupils swimmed too heavenlies, let his be exasperated, letters be blowed. I is a feminine person, O of provocative gender, you unisingular case. Which is why trumpers are mixed up in duels, and here's B. Rowan meets N. Olin for the prize of a thou. But listen to the mockingbird, making bird. We've heard it I since songdom was gemurmel. As he was squeering his shoulders, so was I. And as I was cleansing my fausties, so was he. And as we were puffing our blowbags, so were you. Come, thrust, go, parry, join your brethren, there. The mad long ramp of Manchan's parliaments. The learned lack learning, merciless as wonderful. Now, may St. Mobby of the pleasant green be your everglass and even prospect. Feeling dank. Exchange reverse. And may St. Jerome of the harlot's curse make family three of you, which is much a better. Grazie a sago. And each was wroth with his other. And his countenance fell. The bivitellines, Metellus and Ametalicus, her crown pretenders, obscene-minded beakers, varying directly, Urus I, each ox as other, superfitated, never cleaner of lamps, frowned fiercely on anointer of hinges, while their tree-grown girls, king's game, if he deigns so, are in such transfusion just to know, twixt twimity to me, for gracious sake, who is orthodox, from who is heterotropic, the sleepy or the grouch, for, shyly born and showly nurtured, exceedingly nice girls can strike exceedingly bad times, unless so richly chosen by what though of riches he had none, and hope dashes hope on his heart's horizon, to guard their great moments greater. The thing is, he must be put straight on the spot. No mere water-sticky stuff in a self-made world that you can't believe a word he's written in, not for pie, but one's only own by natural rejection. Charlie, you're my Darwin. So sing they sequence the ascent of man, till they go round if they go round again before break parts, and all dismissed. They keep, step, stop. Who is Fleur? Where is Ange? Or Gardum? Creedless, croomless hangs his haughty. There ain't no more red devil in the white of his eye. Braglodite him do a catadoo. A condam quandam John Tom sick of a sup, but he does not know how his grandson's grandson will stammer up in Peruvian, for in the earth's best idiom, I have done it equals, I so shall do. He dares not think why the grandmother of his grandmother's grandmother coughed rusky, with such husky accent, since in the mouth art of the Slove, look at me now means, I once was otherwise. Nor that the Mapamon has been changing pattern as youth plays moves from street to street, since time and races were, and wise ants hoarded, and sauterelles were spendthrifts. No thing making new thing Welsh, however, for a silly old soul, healthy to better and late wiser. Nor that the turtling of a London's aldermen is ladled out by the waggerfold of the regionals of Pygmy land. His part should say in our bound, so help me, St. Matthew, St. Mark, St. Luke, and St. John. I will stick to you by gum no matter what, right, Simbum, and in case of the event coming off beforehand, even so you as to release me for the sake of the other chief girl's baby's name, plaster me, but I will pluckily well pull on the buckskin gloves. But Noodinaddy's actual ingrate tootle is of come into the garner mould, and thy nicer stores of mourning, and buy me a bunch of iodines. Evidentement, he has failed as tersely as the deuce before, for she is wearing none of the three. And quite as patently, there is a hole in the valley trough which the rest fell out. Because to explain why the residue is, was, or will not be, according to the eighth axiom, proceeded with, namely, since ever apart that gossamer you add, so sure as there's a patch on a pomelo, this yam ham in never lived good, the shifting about of the lassies, the tug of love of their lads ending with a great deal of merriment, hoots, screams, scarf drill, cat-pecking, ejaculations of orinos, re-echoable mouth-peels, and general thumb-to-nosery, Miam as a young country, one must reckon with the sudden and gigantesque appearance, unwithstandable as a general election in Barnado's bearskin, amongst the brawl middle of this village childergarten, of the largely long-suffering laird of Lukenhoff. But braid of ray blank to blank, god of all machineries, and tombstone of Barnstaple, by mortisection or vivisection, splitten up or recompounded, and Isaac Jackman Mauro Mormo my legion, how accounted as for him, more blue. Was he pitched, for an ensample, as certain have dog-nosed of him, against our sea-wall, by Rory, Thoth, and Cleaver, those three stout swaying hearts, Orion of the Orgiasts, Marshal MacMoon, the Ipsidan, product of the extremes, giving quotidians to our means, as might occur to anyone, your Brutus Learman with the princess champion in our archdeaconry, or so we collect from Cleo's clippings, which the cruncher of chivalries is sulpicious, save he scan, for ancients link with presents, as the human chain extends, have done, do, and will again, as John Polycarp and Irenews eye to eye eyewitnessed, and to Paddy Palmer, while monks sell you to archers, or the water of the Livian goes the way of all fish, from Sarah's drawhead, the Coralsome, to Isaac's the loft but one, with her minilisp exterior to his monoloth in turn, so perish on with Bastien, or heady hump with airy nan, Rickerack Brimbilly Jicky Jocolicas. How sowest thou, Dulcis Amica? And ab, ad, abu, ajad, a babel mendo gulch of tears. The mar of murmury murmurs to the mind's ear, uncharted rock, evasive weed. Only the call knows his thousand first name, Hocus, Crocus, Esquilocus, Fin the Fenning. How feel full foes in foreign hour. Doth it not all come after you, purity snooper, in the way television opes long times after, when Ptolemaic Sotter, or Sardanapalus the Lollapalooza? The charges are, you will remember, the chances are, you won't. It's old Joe, the Java Jane, older even than Olam Costello, and we are recurrently meeting him, par mahum mem, in psychoanalysis, from space to space, time after time, in various phases of scripture, as in various poses of sepulture. Greets, God, groceries, Merodak, defend the king, coat of the rough throat attack, but whose say is soft, but whose he has a cute angle. He whose hut is a hisarlic, even as her hennins aspire. And in so daintily, she's a queen of Selm, a shaker, while as a murder of courts, when his mag goes up, he's the best barathon sanger, and all the isles of scalding Navia. As who shall hear? For now, at last, is long a bed going to be gone to, that more than man, prince of Bunicum of wide road swords, the herb lord, the gilly floweret, so fain fan to flatter about. Arto is the name is on the hero, Capit is Arto, shoe-handed slaughterer of the shader of our leads. Attach him, hold, yet stir thee, to play, Tamor. Why wilt thou e'er waken him from his earth, O summon or other? He is weather-bitten from the dusts of ages, the hour of his closing eyes to hand, the toxin that shall flaxenize his whereabouts. If one who remembered his web goods and tea lots were to ask of a hooper, for whose it was the stalks were quitting Aquileia, this trundler would not what? If other, who joined faith when his depth charge bombed our barrels spillway, were to... Jehoshaphat, what doom is here? Rain ruth on them, sire. The wing of might will cover him. The bulljon grosbrute quarantine him. Calavera caution. Slaves of virtue save his very totem. Verara toliaris procolameat. The Ibabone Gora of Dana Marakabi, his Hector protector. Voldemar with Vasa, peel your peeps, and try to saviorize the knights of labour to the order of our blooding world. While Pliny the Younger writes to Pliny the Elder, his Calamolumen of Contumelas, what Aulus Gellius picked on Mick Macrobius, and what Vitruvius pocketed from Cassiodorus. Like we learnt from that book of Lucan in Dublin's capital, Congnum Coom. Even if you are the Cooper of the Winkle over measure, never lost the licence, nor a duck and dunch divulsed from bath and breakfast. And for the honour of alcohol, drop that. You know what I come about, I saw your act, heir. Punch may be pottle proud, but his due